15-Minute Mondays, your kickstart to week high-energy 15-minute episode on the Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Daniel Greg Johnson. Let's get right into it. Hello everybody, welcome back on the Success Blueprint. It is 15-Minute Monday time, that time of the week. I hope you had a fantastic weekend and a good start to the week. And let's get right into it. Today I want to talk to you about designing your default future and how habits decide who you become. This is an important one. I think it applies to all of us, and I hope that you have a good time because your habits are writing next year's biography. And we are at the end of the year. This is the time where coaching is great, where you have time to do something for yourself. October, November, December, January is usually where executives and leaders come to me, and even people come to me to say, I want to invest that time where it's a bit more quiet into myself. You have to understand, tribe, every small choice you make today, what you tolerate, what you repeat, what you avoid, is designing the future version of you. Not consciously, but automatically. Most people don't have a bad future because they made one catastrophic decision. They rather drifted into one unexamined habit at a time. So this episode is about reclaiming authorship of your life, because whether you plan it or not, a default future is forming. The only question that you need to ask yourself, are you the designer or are you the drift? What's the problem here? Most people think the future is built through big goals or dramatic pivots, and it's not. The future is built in defaults, the small repeated behaviors that quietly hardwire outcomes. That's what you get good at. The problem is autopilot living. As I mentioned so many times, you get efficient at routines that no longer serve you, loyal to priorities you never consciously chose. You mistake momentum for direction. If your calendar, habits, and environment aren't designed with intent, they're designed by inertia. And inertia has one mission: to keep you comfortable and not fulfilled. So what is the cost and consequences here? What does this make us pay? What's the currency here? Autopilot feels safe because it removes decision fatigue, but the cost is enormous. Identity drift. You wake up one day and realize the person you've become is a byproduct of convenience, not conviction. Opportunity decay. When habits decide for you, new possibilities never stand a chance. You need to look the other direction. Cognitive exhaustion. Living reactively drains energy faster than doing difficult, intentional work. And emotional flatline. Predictability masquerades as stability until it becomes numbness and you feel empty. Here's the uncomfortable truth I want to share with you, tribe. Most people don't need to reinvent their lives. They just need to stop outsourcing their future to yesterday's habits. That's as easy as it gets. So today, let me give you 5 steps, a 5-step framework with clear action steps that you can implement right away and that will make a change. Step number 1, draft 2 futures, drift versus design. Write 2 short paragraphs. The first, your default future if nothing changes. The trajectory based on your current habits, routines, and excuses. And the second one, your designed future. Who you become if you align daily behavior with purpose. And an action that you can take here, read both aloud. Feel the discomfort of drift and the pull of design. Your brain needs contrast to choose. Seeing drift in writing activates awareness, and designing the alternative activates agency. Step number 2, run the identity audit. Every default behavior comes from an outdated identity. I'm not a morning person. I work best under pressure. Challenge these stories and challenge them properly. An action you can take here lists 3 identity statements that define you. Then rewrite them in the present tense of who you want to become. I'm the kind of person who. When identity shifts, behavior follows. It's neurological. It is neuroscience. It works. You don't fight old habits. You replace the self that created them. That's the effective way of doing it, tribe. Step number 3, install forcing functions. A forcing function is a deliberate constraint that makes the right choice automatic and the wrong choice inconvenient. An action you can take here, set deadlines with public visibility, automate savings transfers, schedule workouts with partners who will notice and hold you accountable if you skip. Discipline is overrated when design can do the work for you. Structure beats willpower every time. And if willpower increases and comes on top of that, then you become unstoppable. Step number 4, quarterly recode ritual. Every 90 days, audit your life like a product in beta. Ask, what's serving me? What's stale? What's stealing bandwidth? An action that you can take here: delete one recurring meeting, unsubscribe from one useless input, and add one habit that supports your next chapter. Recoding quarterly prevents drift from sneaking back under the banner of routine. You don't need constant reinvention, just periodic recalibration. Step number 5, anchor behavior to environment. The default future hides in default spaces. Environment is the silent sculpture of habit. The action you can take here: redesign one physical or digital space to cue who you want to become. A decluttered desk, a silent mode phone, a book on your nightstand instead of a screen. The easiest way to change behavior is to change what surrounds it. Context creates character. And that's easy. This is an easy 5-step framework that will immediately make a difference. What's the deeper meaning here? Well, the future isn't something that happens to you. It's something you're rehearsing every day. Your nervous system doesn't distinguish between a habit and a destiny. It just repeats what's familiar. Intentional living, as I call it, isn't about control. It's about authorship. You can't predict everything, but you can choose the patterns you practice. The life you'll be proud of won't arrive by accident. It will arrive by design, written one conscious decision at a time. If you look at James Clear's insight in Atomic Habits, found that small, consistent habits have a compounding effect, similar to interest. 1% improvement daily equals exponential growth over a year. A client of mine, a mid-level manager, realized this. I'm too busy. Mantra was his drift. We drafted both futures, one built on reaction, the other on intentional leadership blocks. Within 6 months, he'd restructured his week, doubled his creative output, and finally started mentoring, something he'd postponed for years. Let me give you some advanced strategies, some extra depth. Decision architecture. Treat your schedule like UX design. Remove friction from high-value tasks. Add friction to distractions. Do it the other way around. Cognitive rehearsal. Visualize your future, self-making tomorrow's micro decisions. The 6 a.m. workout, the 5-minute reflection before email, mental pre-play increases follow-through. Feedback loops and evidence. Every small success should be captured as proof you're becoming who you intended. Momentum isn't motivation, it's accumulated evidence. I call it a receipt culture. If you sit in a restaurant, there can be 20 clients buying the most expensive fillet, but if there's no receipts, if there's no transactions, there will be no money in the box. So you need to create a receipts culture. Everything that you want to do, have your receipts book, your invoice book. Make sure every single day you check the receipts. Did I get all the receipts for all the transactions? And then celebrate that. Okay, now let me give you your weekly challenge for immediate implementation. Create your default future audit this week. Number 1, write your drift and design futures. Number 2, choose one forcing function that makes a key habit unavoidable. Number 3, schedule your first quarterly recode on your calendar right now. And number 4, redesign one space to cue your next level of focus. By Sunday, ask, am I living by design or drifting by default? And that's it. That's as simple as it is. Don't use this as motivation. Sit down, listen to this episode again, make notes, write down, and I promise you in 3 months' time, you will thank me. And if you need assistance with it, please reach out. I can help you. I got programs this time before Christmas, the 3 months. It's the best time to really work on yourself. This is the time of the year where I work with many individuals and leaders because it's a good time for self-improvement. And my call to action for you, if this episode hits home, share it. Someone in your circle is drifting when they could be designing. Subscribe, review, and join me next Monday again for another dose of thought-provoking strategy for your inner architecture. Please copy the episode link, send it on WhatsApp, TikTok, on Facebook Messenger, wherever you communicate, and help us grow the tribe. This is how we're getting these secrets out there and the ways to be better at this thing called business and life. That's what the 15-Minute Monday is all about. Thank you for that. And as always, let's not forget our amazing sponsor, Doc Marty Mushrooms. Just as you must design your mental environment, your physical energy needs intentional fuel. That's why this episode is supported by Doc Marty Mushrooms, functional blends that sharpen focus and support recovery so your body matches the discipline of your mind. If you head over to docmarty.com, you use the code DAN20, DAN20, you will get a 25% discount on your first purchase. This is exclusive to the Success Blueprint, so head over to docmarty.com. You won't regret it. He also has a brand new line for kids, amazing products. That's it, tribe. Let me leave you with one thing in closing. Your habits are writing next year's biography. Make sure you recognize the author, because the future isn't waiting to be found. It's being written right now, one small decision at a time. Have a fantastic week. This was Daniel Craig Johnson, your host on the Success Blueprint, with my promise, I'll be back. Take care, tribe.